Did you just finish working?
Yeah, yes, of course. Mm.
What do you do?
Now I work as graphic designer at my company. My company is about service office, yes, and they provide facility for a startup, young startup.
Okay, so this is for the young people.
Yes, young people, young new generation. Yes, I think.
Okay, so you consider yourself old generation then?
Sorry, could you repeat because your sound is not clear. Your sound is have a noise sound.
So, are you considering yourself as an old generation then?
Oh, okay. Yeah, just sometimes because in my office there are many people who has order for me.
Okay. So how long you been studying English now?
I think I started around 3 years because in my university don't have in my I mean that when I started in when I started in my university they don't
Very
have
good.
they don't have English lesson, English course, and after that when I graduate my university.
Can I correct you?
Yes.
So you talking about one class or one lesson, or you talk about many lessons? So how you talk about one lesson that they didn't have one lesson, or they didn't have many lessons?
Okay.
You don't understand?
Yes, understand. Okay.
I just want that you correct yourself. That's why.
Okay. Okay. In my university, they don't have a lesson for English language. Yes, I think it's not good for me. And now after that, when I graduate my university, my faculty, I prefer to learn English. Yeah, until to now.
So what is the most difficult you find in learning English? Where should we start?
In my opinion, I think pronunciation and grammar is very difficult for me because sometimes when I speak English, I'm not sure my pronunciation, and sometimes my pronunciation is not clear. Yes, I think it's not good for me.
Yes. So I hear some pronunciation difficulties already.
Yes.
For example, the word clear.
Clear.
Yeah. So I think K and L is separate. Clear, like clay. Can you say clay?
Clay?
No, L. Can you say L? Strong L separately. L is imagine there is a L with the soft sound at the top and strong sound at the bottom. L and L. Yeah. So you can so you can say la 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 or la la la.
La la la, la la la.
Yeah, or la 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 or la la la. For example.
La la la.
So you see, you have difficulty to distinguish them.
Yes.
I can hear it's like was the same sound when you say la 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 and la la la. Imagine la 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 is up and la 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 is very deep down.
Okay. Okay, I can try it. La 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 and la la la.
Yes. Now I just noticed that you mix R and L at the same time as well. This is typical Asian problem and is a problem of how you control your mouth. But this, if you learn this how to control, it's gonna be a difficult lesson or two, but after you learn, then you can pronounce every time.
Okay.
So this is one of the, is not only your problem, it's a problem for many Asian countries.
Many. Okay, I know.
Yeah. So now if you try to control, try to say k. separately, and then say rear.
Real. Oh.
You see rear. You say rear. So I see that L that you're rolling as R. So your problem is L and R. Okay.
Okay.
So we will not get that in one lesson. I think we need for that a separate lesson. Today we're talking more about your cognitive English, your understanding, and how you use your vocabulary.
Okay.
Not only pronunciation. So we won't do the drilling pronunciation class today.
Okay.
It's a separate class. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes. So do you have the topics? What we're talking about?
No, sorry, I don't have, because I think do you mean a topic for the IELTS?
No, topics of the class for today. No. Okay, so I'm gonna lead this class through, and we're gonna start with 1 to 5 minutes mock tests. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so this is just a simple test to see how you go. I will not be correcting you when you're speaking now. So I want to hear your clear English. And the most importantly, what I found as well, that if you want to pronounce well the words that are difficult to pronounce, I want that you stop instead of pronounce them fast and forget. I want that you stop and even think before you pronounce. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know it might be maybe not very common way to do, but I think you will start noticing your problems. And if you don't notice your problem, you cannot fix. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say if you don't see that your toilet leaking, every day will be leaking until you notice. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope this makes sense. So now let's try to I will ask you a few questions. Yeah. And this is about traveling.
Okay.
So it will be, yeah. So everybody likes traveling, of course, you know. So even I'm traveling. I'm now in Thailand, in Bangkok. So the question is, have you traveled outside your country? Yeah. So please, without preparation, just tell me, have you traveled outside the country? Imagine we're talking like friends. You're telling me your story.
Oh, okay. I remember that the course of my life, I used to go to the Japan. This was the first trip for me. This was the first trip for backpacking with my close friends. Yes, I think this. I believe that this country is very nice for me and beautiful. I really love it.
Okay. So then that's very good. Could you slightly expand
okay.
On that?
I remember that at the moment, at the trip
at that time.
At the time, I spend a lot of time for doing different activities such as sightseeing, visiting a famous place, and eating a local food.
One famous place or many famous places?
Okay, a famous place and eating a local food. I feel that this trip is very interesting and exciting for me because I spend a lot of time to share experience with my close friends, and this and I almost all activity is the best of activity at Japan.
Okay, so you enjoyed Japan as the most exciting travel of your life.
Yes, of course. And another point, I think having a close friends by my side on on the trip make it ever more fun. I think this is an important point for a trip. Yeah.
Okay, where have you been to Japan?
Yes.
So now I'm gonna correct you by telling you a question. I want that you listen this question very carefully.
Okay.
Yeah? Because in this question will be answer to your one of the mistakes. How many places, okay? How many places have you visited in Japan?
I remember that I used to go to around 10 to 11 places of Japan, and almost all places is Japan temple, because I feel that this historical building is so exciting for me.
Only one temple?
I mean that many temples.
Yes, very good. You corrected yourself this time.
Okay.
Yeah. So you visited many temples in Japan. I also like this about Thailand. Also have many temples.
Yeah, that's of
What
course.
else? What other places did you visit in Japan?
Another place is a Japan Tower. This is a modern building in Japan, and this place is located in the center of Japan. I mean that Tokyo. Yes, and I believe that this place is very amazing for me because it's so very high, and when I go to the top, I can see around the environment of Japan, such as the small tower, small home, and I feel that this is a good place for me.
Okay, very nice. Okay, let's go to the next question. What do you think is the best way to travel? Just spend 1 minute on that.
Okay. I think it depends on personally, I believe that it depends on each place, such as if I mean other country, I recommend planes, because I feel that this transportation is very nice for many people, because they have a short time. And on the other hand, if I mean the outer city or the place, okay, or place with near my home, I prefer to travel by SkyTrain or the subway, because I can control time for traveling. I think this transportation is very nice for me.
Okay, very good. I'm continue collecting your spelling mistakes. But we're not stopping with that at the moment. Let's continue. If you were going on a long trip, who would you prefer to go with? Do you want me to repeat? Do you want me to repeat?
Yes.
So imagine if you were going on a long trip, let's say to Europe, very long trip, yeah. Who would you prefer to go with?
Okay. Personally, actually, I think my mom is the best person who join trip with me, because I believe that if I go to somewhere with my mother, I can buy anything, because I mean that my mother may be ATM machine, because they provide many money for me, and they don't blame me when I spend a lot money for this trip. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and the last question, what are some of the benefits of traveling?
Okay, that's a good question. And from my point of view, I there are a lot of benefits of traveling, and one of main advantage is that people can open their experience and open their experience for new place. I think this is a main benefits of this. And another, they can they if they go to the some place, I mean that if they go to the some new place, they can learn a new culture when they go to other country or other country. I think this is a good this is the best benefit for them.
Okay, very nice. I'm happy to hear about that. I think so too.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So very nice. So now, when you spoke about this, when we spoke about traveling, what did you find difficult in this conversation?
Okay. Do you mean the conversation? Not
yeah,
trip.
that we just had. I asked you 4 questions, and
okay.
what was difficult for you personally?
Sometimes I think some question is not my my experience. I tried to make story. Yes, and I think this is very difficult for me because sometimes I don't I don't know how to ask these questions. Yes, I think this is difficult for me.
And you're talking about one question right now?
Yes.
Or about many questions?
It depends on question because some question is difficult, is hard for me.
So you're talking about one question, 2 questions, 3 questions? How many?
In this question, I think it's is one question.
But in general, you're talking about more than one, yes?
Yes, of course.
So if you're talking more than one, then it's not a question, is how you say? Tell me.
Sorry, do you mean that?
So if you're talking about, so now I want to review one of your difficulties. So I found that you mix singular and plural very often.
Yes. Okay.
And I don't know, is this because you don't notice, or this is your bad habit?
I always when I speak English, I always forgot the S ending. I think with the plural noun. I think this is a main problem, main mistake for me. Yes.
Okay. So again, this is, but you understand when you're talking about one question or many questions, yes?
Yes.
You just don't say it, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna put a note on that. Okay, so let's continue. I'm quite happy with that. I think your general conversation is quite good. So I'm gonna give you 1 minute to prepare, and then 2 minutes on your own. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna continue now to the part 2. Yeah. And at some point, okay, so we talked about that actually, which is really nice. So that will be easy. So I know that you don't have text in the front of your eyes, but I don't think this is a big problem. If you have a pen and paper, you can write it down.
Okay.
Yeah. You do have it?
Okay, I have it.
Okay, so as I said, you will have to talk about a topic for 1 to 2 minutes, and you you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. So you can make some notes to help you with your conversation. So as you have pen and paper, you can use pen and paper also to prepare. Don't write every single sentence. Prepare like making like a bulletins, main ideas. So this is the topic will be describe one of your favorite places to visit, which you mentioned is Japan. If you want to continue about Japan, I'm very happy to hear because I like Japan and I have been to Japan myself. So what you should say. So you should say what kind of place it is. We're talking about your favorite places to visit. So what kind of place it is, where the place is, and when. Are you with me? Okay, and the bulletin number 3, when you visited the place. And explain, this would be for explain what is that you like about this place. So I'm gonna repeat what kind of place it is. What kind of place it is. You managing, yes?
Yes, okay.
Okay, where the place is. Where the place is. When you visited the place. When you visited the place. And the last one, explain what it is that you like about the place. What it is that you like about the place. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute. And you prepare yourself. Okay. Did you manage or you still need more time?
Okay, I'm finished.
Okay, great. So now you have 2 minutes.
Over the course of my life, I remember that I used to go to Japan. This was the first trip with my close friends, and moreover, this trip was very interesting and exciting for me because this was the first backpacking trip. And in addition, I remember that I spent a lot of time for doing different activities, such as visiting a famous place. I mean, the Japan temples, and which is a famous historical building, and I feel that I feel exciting and I feel happy when I visit here. And another activity which I like is that I really love eat Japanese food such as sashimi, which is a fresh fish, yes, and sushi. Yes, I think this is I find it delicious, and we we prefer to sometimes. I mean that at the time, we prefer to visit Japan museum because they have they because they are a lot of art of Japan, and they show a culture of Japan at the past. Overall, I think this tip was the best tip for me, and in my future for next year, I think I would like to go to this tip again with my close friends because I decided to I decided to travel to other country, other city. Yes, I think this place is so excited for me because I never seen them.
Very good. So that was quite good, actually. I was quite impressed. And seems like just such a short preparation that you need to have such a long conversation.
Okay.
So that was well done. How did you feel about that?
I remember that I felt happy because I spend much time with my close friends, and we really love to share activity together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's very nice. Over the course of time, now that you're studying English, can you notice how much you are progressing?
In my opinion, I think when I study English, sometimes I'm not sure the question, and I feel that my vocabulary is not is I don't have a many vocabulary for explain the question. I think this is difficult for me.
I personally think that vocabulary is not a big matter. I personally think that there is a saying that 1,000 words is enough to use the language. I think is more important how well you use these words, because if you use these words together, if it's 5 words sentence, and you can mix them in 5 different ways, it's already 5,000 words, not 1,000. Yeah, so it's more important to know them rather than learn and study more and more words that you cannot remember, which you will forget. And overall, it's not possible to learn every single word because it's just too much. Maybe in a course of 10 years or 20 years, you may know them. And even then, you're going to go into the gray area of professional environments. Let's say you never worked in a kitchen, so you don't know specific names of the kitchen equipment. Yeah, you never, I don't know, funny example, you never work in rocket science or in the laboratory. Yeah, how you gonna know? Yeah, so it's more important that you concentrate on the practical English, because this is what you need. Yeah, you need that the people would understand you clearly what you say, and that they would make sense of your conversation.
Okay.
So as for making sense of what you speak, I think you speak very well. sometimes you have pronunciation problems, which is, we already discussed that. And sometimes, sometimes you you need perhaps to stop and rethink what you want to say. The flow itself is really nice, especially when you prepare. Yeah. So I think this is very good. Now I would like to move to the third part of this class, the last part. Yeah. So the last part will be we will be spending more time, so you will have 5 to 7 minutes for the mock test. Yeah. When the first yeah. So and then again we can discuss that. Yeah. So let me just read that through for you. So it was famous places in your country. So now we're talking about Thailand.
Okay.
Tell me, so the few bulletins that you need to keep in mind. So tell me about any famous tourist attractions in your country. Why are they popular with tourists? And can you speculate on the reasons why tourists want to visit monuments?
Okay.
So that would be part one of this, famous places in your country, and advantages and disadvantages of tourism.
Okay.
Would you agree that tourism is always advantageous for a country? What could governments do to promote tourism? And what do you think the face of tourism will change with? What do you think the face of tourism will change in the future or not? So I would say let's start with the first part, speaking about the famous places in your country. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So again, that would be the first part of this. So I would say, do you want to write down those parts and prepare, or should we just speak right away?
Oh, right away.
I think you want to speak immediately without preparing, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. So let's speak about Thailand then. Tell me about any famous tourist attraction in your country. If you're from Bangkok, perhaps you can speak about Bangkok.
Okay. In my country, there are a lot of famous buildings, and I mean that the popular place of my country is the Thai temples, and because when I go to this place, I can see a lot of foreign tourists.
Can I stop you?
Okay.
Do you remember my question about Japan that was correcting your mistake? Do you remember my question? What was my question?
Temples for S with thing with S with sorry with plural noun S with.
Yes, so try now to speak about many temples, many places to visit, not just one. Yeah.
Okay.
So just concentrate that you're talking about many, finishing with S. Yeah.
Okay. 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 I can try again.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In my country, there are a lot of historical buildings which had become a famous place of Thailand.
Famous
Famous place.
Famous place.
Famous place of my places. Okay, famous places of my country. And when I go to these places, I can see a lot of foreign tourists in this area.
Foreign, slowly foreign. Tourists.
Foreign tourists. Yeah, foreign tourists. Foreign tourists in this area, and I believe that the majority of foreign tourists prefer to watch Thai architecture and Thai historical building because this place may be amazing amazing architecture for them, and they have and some place show how Thai people live in the past. Used to live in the past. I feel that yes,
very nice. Okay, so and let's continue then. So you think they are popular? Why they are popular with tourists? The places you're talking about. Could you mention some of the places as well? Can you mention the names for me? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I will go there myself on my weekend.
Okay. There are many lessons for
Very good.
For famous place. I mean that I recommend Arun Temple, which is the largest temple of my country. Yes.
What Arun? Yes. What Arun?
Yes, Arun. What Arun? This is the largest temple of my country, and it had become a famous place of foreign tourists. And this place is located in this place is located near the largest river, which name is Chao Phraya. And I feel that this lesson why foreign tourists really love this place because they have a background, they have a river background, and they can see the biggest the huge Buddha in the temple.
Okay, very good. So that's very nice. Can you mention more than one place? Because you're talking about many places. So let's try to mention one more.
Okay. Another place I recommend Chao Phraya Bridge because this location, this place, I can see many foreign tourists tried to take a picture, and I feel that one of main lessons is that they may not watch Thai architecture, Thai beach, and this is the old style. And moreover, they have a color green. I mean that color of architect is green, and they have a river of background. I think this is the best place for take a picture.
Could you mention one more place or two more places outside of Bangkok? Anywhere in Thailand, anywhere, you decide.
Okay. I used to go to Chao Phraya. I used to go to the Pattaya. This is a countryside, and I think this place is very famous for foreign tourists because I can see many international tourists in this area, and they prefer to go to the palace show or Chao Phraya or the Pattaya show, which have many boy lady. Yes, boy lady in this show. I think this show is very interesting for international tourists.
Okay, let's think of one more, the last one. One more famous place out of those many famous places that we could mention. Okay. One more.
Another place which I recommend you, I think Phuket Island is the famous place, is the best place for visiting because they are a beautiful beach, and I think and